We're going to move on to 8.05, FY 2026 discussion of the budget guidance. This is just a general discussion that we like to have about where we are as we're about to enter our budget season. And we'll like to just take a few minutes to talk about this as a group and see where we're at with this. I'll open with, obviously there was a city council meeting last night about the possible budget guidance and where they're going with their forecast, which obviously is a difficult to forecast, and we obviously appreciate the partnership with City Council and the communication that we hope to have in a positive relationship for this budget cycle. We also understand and respect the challenging times, the questionable times, I guess, also about what's upcoming with our region. There's a number of question marks that I think we're all trying to figure out in the 2025 calendar year. As it was highlighted at the City Council meeting, there was significant growth in Falls Church City as compared to our neighbors, which is very exciting. And obviously we applaud the efforts of all of our community and our City Council partners. I think what I'd like to do, though, is I'd also like to raise for the public where we are with timing. And just to remind the public, we are about to start our budget discussions. We have our recommended budget by Dr. Noonan and his team that has been, I would say, a significant amount of time that has been prepared, and we're about to start our process, and City Council will start their process around April. So it isn't exactly aligned, but we did have a great joint meeting with them to kick this off a couple weeks back, or last week. I think the comment that I would just have for my board colleagues on this is I think we've all seen the enrollment projections. We have a successful school system. In my mind, I feel like the people that I talk to in the community, people move here and live here for the schools. They appreciate all the other amenities, but they're willing to pay the premium and housing prices because of the schools. And we're very excited about all the success of our schools, from our teachers, staff, school leadership, central office, to get to our schools and especially our students. I think my main concern, though, is the growth that has happened with our students and is projected to happen is going to always, it looks like from our presentation, we have a great facilities plan, and we want to make sure that we have that foresight with our growth in the facilities, also with our staff. And that's what makes our schools number one. Although it'd be great if it was paint on the walls and it was a great solar roof, it was mainly due to our teachers, our staff, our principals that work with our students every day. So I think my comment and my question is, I sure hope that we are going to approach this budget season knowing that we're having growth, knowing that our budget requests that Dr. Noonan has recommended will be supported by our City Council. We understand that the pressures are under, we understand the question mark, but we do understand that these schools are growing, and we want to make sure we maintain the low teacher-to-student ratio that our parents expect, our students expect, the people that are moving here to expect, and that takes investment. And our city is not growing at the same rate in all different amenities. Our schools are growing faster, and that's due to the success we have. And I want to make sure that we hope that as a community, we're all committed on supporting that growth with making sure we have the revenue to support that. I'm just going to pause there, and I'll let others on the board mention comments or any thoughts that come to mind as we're about to start off our budget season. Vice Chair Tice.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Chair Gould. Totally echo and support all of those comments. I was at City Council last night, and what really appreciated hearing their conversation and their thoughtful discussion on what I know is a really stressful and challenging process that they have to go to. And I do understand that that these are uncertain times, and that they have a lot of competing factors and a lot of pressures, and I do understand that. But I do feel like there is a difference between uncertainty and dark times, and I still, from their comments last night and from what I understand throughout the region, that it's uncertain, that I don't see this as dark times. So I also wanted to thank the council for their comments on understanding that our timelines are different, and last year was a bit bumpy, and I think they really appreciate now how our timing lines up, not directly with theirs, and how they need to both. I guess I appreciate that they opened up their timeline and didn't lock themselves into a specific number last night, while also recognizing that our timing comes before theirs. And so while the window is wider, it's not fully wide in terms of when their decision comes in and how that works with our budgeting. I know that everybody in the community supports our schools. I know everybody on city council values public education. I would never imply otherwise, but I do feel like once you're in our seats here and our responsibility to fund our schools looks different once you're really in our positions here. And I think it's just absolutely critical, the importance of fully funding the budget that we present, because I trust that the budget we present won't be full of nice to haves. It is really, we do understand that we're in a moment where our budget needs to reflect our must haves and what it takes to fully honor our commitments and protect our people and our investments. And though I understand the pressures and the complexity of budget season, I really do believe that our community supports our schools and will support our partnership as we work with City Council to make sure that we find the capacity within our budget and whatever that takes to support our schools. Thanks.
Thank you, Vice Chair Tice. Other comments, questions, thoughts from the board? Mr. Anderson?
Yeah, I would just echo everything that Chair Gould and Vice Chair Tice said, and I would add that whenever any of us were knocking on doors during our campaigns, I even met people who haven't had kids in the system for like 20 years, and they're happy to live in Falls Church and support the schools, even though their kids are long gone out of here. And so there's a lot of community support just even outside the parent community. And so I think that's something to consider. And I also, I know that when Dr. Noonan presented at least the expected expenditures, there was a STEP and a COLA, and that's part of the CBA. But I'd say that was something that Dr. Noonan had always tried to get the teachers, no matter what the COLA was, it was always a STEP and a COLA, and that was a refrain that I heard in the budget seasons that I've been on the board and before I was on the board. And so even though it has CBA written next to it, that is something that I think he and the boards now and before us have always supported. And so making sure that teacher compensation, as well as the growth in staff that is going to be necessary, is going to help keep our teachers able to perform the jobs that they are actually able to do.
Ms. Silverman.
Echoing everybody else, but just to add on to Mr. Anderson's comments about the COLA and the steps, yes, it's in the collective bargaining agreement, but also our neighboring jurisdictions are either matching or exceeding what we are bound to do in our collective bargaining agreement, I believe, if that's correct. So it's not just that we are contractually bound to do it, but in order to stay competitive, I feel we must do it. Otherwise, it's a fact that we would probably lose very good teachers and good staff.
Yeah, especially I think we heard from some of the public comments last night. We do our comparison of our salaries, I think, to area districts, but as the public comments highlighted last night, teachers are driving to DC, to Maryland, to other places, then that's not part of our comparison. We only kind of focus on the Northern Virginia. So we really compete with a lot more districts than just in our comparison. I think our own Rebecca Sharp drives from Silver Spring. We've got teachers driving from all over and staff driving from all over. So I think we've got to keep that in mind when we're trying to keep pace, not just with the ones that are in our research, but also in the entire area. So other questions or thoughts or want to raise? Ms. Henderson?
Appreciate all of my colleagues' comments. I want to invite the public to pay attention and during this budget cycle, not only to advocating to us as a school board, your priorities, but also understanding that this is a year where there is a differential, as was discussed at the last joint meeting with City Council, between the school's needs to stay on pace and the preliminary allocations according to our current process of working with City Council for budgeting. And so I would encourage folks interested in ensuring our budget, the school budget, is what they want it to be, to know that this is a citywide issue this year and pay attention to both processes and be involved in both processes.
Great comments. Thanks, Ms. Henderson. Any other comments or questions for each other, Ms. Michael, for Dr. Noonan? Or any comments, Dr. Noonan? as
Yeah, I
well?
just want to say thanks for the support as we head into the budget. It'll be the first thing we do in the new year. And so myself and Ms. Michael and Ms. Kopic and our team will be working on it over, we've been working on it, but we'll kind of put the final touches on it in the coming weeks. I think one of the things that perhaps I would appreciate some guidance, and maybe if you just drop me a note as opposed to talking about it here, it's probably fine too, is how would you like me to present this? I have a obligation by code to provide to you a needs-based budget for the school system, and I intend to provide that to you. And I think what I also would like to present to you is also what it would look like if we met the current sort of flat guidance of 5.9. And then even potentially what it might look like if we went to a tax reduction. So you could kind of see not three different full budgets, but sort of the impact of what it looks like for a needs-based budget, what it looks like for a 5.9% transfer within the revenue sharing, and then a negative tax decrease. So does that, and drop me a line what your thoughts are about that, but it seems like maybe that makes some sense, so you can kind of do that look. But we're definitely sharpening our pencils. We want to be good stewards of public funds and public trust, but we also want to make sure our schools are the best they can be. And so we are looking at maybe how we might be able to manage some of the funds that we have currently. And then also, the governor's budget's going to come out in a couple of weeks, and or next week, and we're very hopeful that we might get some more state funding. So it was mentioned last night, I'll just say it again, there's an awful lot of unknowns out there. And so as hopefully things pick up in the little city over the next quarter with the holidays and people eating out and things like that, even those numbers could change. So I'm optimistically going into this that we're going to get where we need to go, but really appreciate your support, knowing that as we're going in, that you all will help us do whatever needs to be done to get it across the line.
Thank you, Dr. Noonan. And I think thinking about our budget and finance meetings that we had with City Council and trying to ensure good communication, I think we're also as a board going to engage with our City Council partners earlier in the process, because I think that would help. That was some of the reflections that we had. So we'll definitely do that. And this hopefully we'll have a lot of unknowns. We do have some knowns in terms of how successful our schools are and how popular our schools are. That is definitely a known, and we definitely want to try to support as much as we can. So any other comments or questions?